Hey, it's Mr. Estrada here, and our learning target is I can, given a line and a point, find the equation of the parallel line that passes through the point. And you should be able to do this graphically and algebraically. So let's look at an example so you can see what I'm talking about. Example 1 says, what is the equation of the line that is parallel to negative 2x plus y minus 2 and passes through the point 2, 5? So there are two ways to approach these types of problems. You can approach it graphically or you can approach it algebraically. If you want to approach it graphically, let me give you some guidelines. Okay, so here are some guidelines if you want to do it graphically. So you want to begin by graphing the original line. If necessary, put it in y equals mx plus b form. So let's start with that. So I'm going to need a coordinate plane. And in order for me to graph the original line, I have to put it in y equals form. So let's do that. So I got negative 2x plus y equals negative 2. Add 2x to both sides. This will cancel out. And I get y equals 2x subtract 2. The slope of this line is equal to 2, and the y-intercept is negative 2. So if I'm going to graph this line, I'm going to begin at the y-intercept, negative 2, and then I'm going to use the slope to go up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1, and then I'm just going to connect the points, and I get a line that looks something like this. All right, so that's the original line. The next step says, from the given point, graph the parallel line, use the slope of the original line. So from the given point, so the given point is 2, 5. So the given point is right over here. So from this given point, I'm going to graph the parallel line. Now, let's stop here and think for a moment. Let's just stop and think. We're looking for a line that's parallel to this line over here. So that line should have a slope of 2. It should have the same slope. And I know that it has to pass through this point, so I could just start graphing from here. I can go up 2 over 1, down 2 over 1 this way, down 2 over 1 this way, and down 2 over 1 this way, and down 2 over 1 this way, and I can keep doing that, and I'm going to get a line that looks a little something like this. So there's my parallel line. Do you see it? You see how this line is parallel to the original line, and it passes through the point 2, 5. It meets both of the requirements. So for the last step, we have to write the equation of the parallel line. So let's go ahead and do that. So what would be the equation of the parallel line that passes 2, 5? Well, we know that the slope is 2. We know it has to have the same slope as the original line. And we need b. In order for us to give the equation of the line, we need to give it in the form of y equals mx plus b. So we got m already, so all we need is b. b is positive 1. So what is the equation? Substitute for m, substitute for b, and you get y equals 2x plus 1. That is our final answer. So that's a graphic approach. So essentially what you're doing is you're looking for a line that's parallel to the original line and passes the point 2, 5. There is another approach that we could use. We can use an algebraic approach, and that's what we're going to do now. So I'm going to do the same problem, just algebraically this time. I'm going to do it without using a graph. So it's the same exact problem. So my first step is right over here. So step 1 says, figure out what the slope of the parallel line should be. It should be the same as the original line. So remember, we had to put the original line in y equals form. We already did that, right? And the original line came out to, so I'm not going to do it over. You know, you can just go back in the video and look at the steps if you don't understand how I got y equals 2x minus 2. So what is the slope of the original line? The slope of the original line is 2 over 1, or just 2. That's the slope of the original line. The slope of the parallel line should be the same as the original line. So the parallel line should have a slope, so that means slope of parallel. This symbol means parallel. So the slope of the parallel line should be the same. It should also be 2 over 1. It should have the same slope. So step 1 is figure out what the slope of the parallel line should be. It should be the same as the original line. So we did step 1. Step 2, solve for b. Substitute for y, for m, for n x in y equals mx plus b. So we got y equals mx plus b. We got to substitute for y, m, and x. We already know that m is equal to 2 over 1. So what is x equal to and what is y equal to, so that we could solve for b? Well, x and y is going to come from the point that it has to pass through. This will be your x, this will be your y. So x is 2 as well, and y is 5. So we're going to substitute for y, for m, and for x. So it's going to say 5 equals 2 over 1 times 2 plus b. Let me rewrite that b over. 2 plus b. So now what I have to do is I have to solve for b. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, so now you're going to get 5 equals 2 over 1 is just 2, so this is just 2 times 2, which is 4, so you get 4 plus b. But let me just show you, here, I keep writing my b's weird, sorry for that, that's a b. What I do want to show you is how you would multiply this if, you know, if it was a fraction on the calculator. So let me just show you how to do that now. If you wanted to multiply a fraction, you would put it in as a division, so it would be 2 over 1, and then you would just put the whole number in parentheses as well. So if you wanted to, if this, let's say, you know, if this was some other fraction and you wanted to know how to multiply it, this would be how you would put it in the calculator, and you get 4, which is what we got before. So now you got to solve for b, so you're going to subtract 4 on both sides. Just solving for b here. 5 take away 4 is 1, so we get 1 equals b. So b is equal to 1. So b is equal to 1. M is equal to 2. So our last step is to write the equation of the new line. So it's going to be y equals mx plus b. So we have to substitute for m and for b. So we get y equals 2x plus 1. And that is our final answer. And if you look back, that was the same answer that we got when we did it graphically. Okay, so I hope this video helped.